Hello, everybody. My name is Tobisatsu, and welcome back. Today, I have my October movie haul. I know it's a few days late. I apologize that it's taken a little bit. Had some things with work and just life that have kind of kept me busy and on my toes. But finally here, finally gonna get to it. Didn't get a ton. I'm gonna be honest. I have been taking most of October to buy equipment for my Plex media server, and a lot of the funds went to that. Already in the month of November, I've doubled what I've gotten here. So I'm going to be really excited to talk about the stuff I've gotten in November. But for the time being, it's time to go over some of the stuff I've got. I got some really solid movies that I do enjoy personally. First up, I'm going to start with what I would consider thus far my movie of the year, and that is stop motion. This is a absolutely fantastic horror film, and if you have not seen it, I highly recommend it. It follows the daughter of a famous stop motion artist as she tries to first finish her mother's film, but then morphs it into her own little, I guess, project that a kid through the movie warps into this horrible, nightmarish film. It starts off very slow and takes some time to build, but once you get past the halfway point, I mean, it is just fantastic. Definitely going to be rewatching this before the end of the year just to kind of get my thoughts really stuck on it, but I really enjoyed this. I highly recommend stop motion. Another film that I've been very patient on getting and I really do enjoy is 10 Cloverfield Lane. And again, this is just fantastic. This was such a shock for me when I saw it in theaters. I really thought this was going to be much similar or more in resemblance to like Cloverfield, the giant monster movie. And it really isn't. Um, Obviously, there's aspects and tones that kind of carry over, but it really is its own film. John Goodman in this specifically sticks out to me every time I watch it. Just fantastic. Everybody does their part. I think the story is gripping and just the plot as a whole is fantastic. The ending, I know some people aren't as big on. I don't mind the initial ish reveal, but I think the ending screws it. But for, remove the last like 3 minutes of the film and I'm happy. Um, Finally happy to have this on Blu-ray. Super cheap. I got this for just under $8 on Amazon. I've been waiting for it to go that low. Happy. This one's a little odd and kind of curious. This was an impulse buy for my girlfriend and I. That being Shrek, the 4-movie 4K collection. Now, there's another animated film that I have gotten in this haul that I'll go over that I was very impressed with. But I'm very curious to see how this turns out in 4K. Obviously, these are older films, and I think I could see, the color possibly being more popish, but even then, looking at Shrek as a whole, it's very grounded in terms of color for the most part. So I'm really not sure how these are going to transfer to 4K. I have interest. I will definitely be watching these at some point. Again, my girlfriend and I kind of impulse bought this. My girlfriend wanted Shrek the Third. I don't have it yet, so I just decided to get this whole set. I love the first 2 Shrek movies. I think Shrek Forever After is okay. And then I think Shrek the Third's kind of eh. But very happy to have this. Just a fun little collection. I actually really do like the detail of the 4K Ultra HD being a deeper, like swampy green instead of black. Next up is kind of an interesting, like, history lesson in physical media here. So I got 2 copies of Destroy All Monsters, which was released from Tokyo Shock. One of these in 2011, and then one of these in 2014. Now, they don't look too different, at least off the initial, get-go. Ignore the cases. I'm sure one of them's older. But when you flip these over, you're going to notice something specifically on the back. That being that one of them includes special features and one of them does not. You may also notice it's especially apparent here. One has darker art and one has brighter. This is the 2011 release. This is the 2014 release. So when these films initially released, this in the next film I'm going to show, they came with special features. In this case, it was a commentary with Steve Rifle and then Ed Godzis, and some like other small things. Toho did not approve of this, and they were very upset and obviously pulled it from being released, which led to in 2014 with the release of the new film, this version coming out without the special features from Tokyo Shock. So I had initially bought the one with special features. I even know this was a thing because I bought the other movie first. But this film in specific didn't work. I got to keep it because the seller didn't want to pay back the shipping it would take to get this back. I'm not sure if it'd pop up too great on camera, really. No. I'll post pictures, but there are some very, very deep scratches on that disc. So then I ended up buying this, which did work, works fine. And it's kind of just a neat little history lesson to show, like, hey, you know, there's two versions of this film. You know. With that, I have the other movie released by Tokyo Shock, which is Godzilla vs. Megalon. Now, this one is from 2014. So this one does not have special features, and like I said, I had bought this first. So I did not have the foresight to look for it. And something I can give a tip for both of these films. Some will label them with special features, and some of them won't even differentiate the difference. So if you want to find some with special features, usually cheaper, just look up Godzilla vs. Megalon, you know, Tokyo Shock Blu-ray, and look at the images and see if they include the special features. I found that the posts that say they include special features usually charge a little bit more. So just a little tip if you're looking to get these. And I think these usually go for just above $20. So they're not like expensive Blu-rays, but money you save now is money you can spend later. That's how we look at it. This final movie was something I didn't think I'd buy in this casing, but it actually came out really cool. That being the SpongeBob movie, first time on 4K. Let's get that down. Boom. I wasn't big on the packaging for this when I saw it initially on Walmart.com, but in person, this looks much, much better. I am very much happy with how this turned out. You know, it fits the SpongeBob look. I thought the rectangular look wouldn't work, but it really does. Let me remove this for you quick, just so you can see the inside. But I watched this on 4K with my girlfriend over the weekend, and I gotta say, man, there is a massive difference popping over from the 4K to the Blu-ray. So I have the Panasonic UB820, and I've come to learn that if there's any smudging on the disc, it's gonna skip a little bit. So we got about an hour into this film, and it started skipping. I didn't think about wiping it off when I first took it out. I don't know why, but I popped it out, popped it back in, didn't work. I was like, oh shit, okay. So I switched it to the Blu-ray, and the difference just automatically was insane. I mean, the 4K is gorgeous. It pops, the greens, the blues, the yellows, just little things that like, it looks like visual candy essentially. And obviously it sounds great, but I was really, really impressed with it. And especially going to the Blu-ray where it seemed almost muted. A good way I could kind of, I guess, summarize it is that I think the movie release on the Blu-ray looks to more encapsulate the show with its colors. A little more muted. There's some things that are bright and colorful, but it matches what that is, where the 4K feels bright, vibrant, different. It feels higher quality, which at least I would assume is what the movie was going for when it first released in 2004, to give it this more high quality, just loud and colorful and attractive look. And it really is. Like, it's a very solid 4K. And even like the live action scenes are very noticeably lower quality on the Blu-ray compared to the 4K. But I mean, just lines and things that you wouldn't think could make such a difference on 4K really do here. And I'm not someone obviously who buys, well, not obviously, but I don't buy a ton of like animated movies, especially hand-drawn. But I was really, really happy with this. I highly recommend this release. I think there's a standard that's coming out too, but the steelbook's great. I think the steelbook is fantastic. It looks a little funky online, but in person, it's great. And I got this for $25 at Walmart. For $25 for this movie, which is a classic, easily one of my favorite animated movies ever, highly recommend it. But yeah, that wraps it up for this haul. Like I had mentioned, definitely a lot less this month than obviously my overall January to September release video. But a lot of my money went towards that Plex server and a hard drive and a few other things that costed a good chunk of money. And like I said, my November haul is already double this, maybe even close to triple this. So definitely look forward to that. I'm also going to be going on a trip at the end of the month where I plan on spending some money. So I'm very excited to check or to record that once I get back from my vacation. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and a comment. If there's things I can improve on, be sure to let me know. I'm always looking to improve. I plan on getting some more reviews going at some point, but I just kind of needed a break, wanted to make something simple, and just, like I said, with life, it's been fairly busy, so I just have not had the time to dedicate to videos, but I'm hoping, especially before my trip, I can bang out a few videos and release them for you guys. So again, thank you so much for watching. This has been Tobisatsu, and I hope that you have a good day.